Hello and welcome in week 6, day 2. I have studied music therapy, and this is why I want to share some music therapeutic thoughts and see what we can discover for piano music and music in general. For example, I studied with Professor Raue at the Hamburg Music Academy, and he was also doing dance music during his studies, and he discovered that people at certain intervals were all going lower and bending their knees and so on, and he discovered that some essentials are the same in all the music. So if we go in C major, the ground note is C, it is static, it is stable. The quint is sort of neutral, it is not so much grounded, and the octave is 2:1 proportion. The quint is 3:2. The chord is 4:3. This is still regarded as a pure interval, and the third is 5:4. This is no more regarded as pure. So if we go from the quint to the third, it is an upgoing 6. Dies Bild, dieses wird sauber schön. In every good song there should be an upgoing 6. Die gute Wahl. So some jingles from the publicity have used this upgoing 6. It's a very good interval from the neutral position of the quint to the sort of erotic vibration of the third. And another interval is the light tone, the guiding tone which wants to resolve in the octave, in the ground note, but if it goes down, it is called the deviated Leitton, the abgebogene Leitton. Has a very strong effect. And now not resolving in C, but going down. It's a world evergreen using this law. And when we have this hypothesis and listen to music, then we will discover more and more things, how energetically the music develops often. The 6th is a sign for ecstasy, for extroversion. So the jazz music often uses 6 chords, also classics of course, but then the none is sort of a sign for ecstasy, like in the dominant sept non chord in Tristan and Isolde. It has each of the 3 climaxes of the opera are on a dominant sept non chord, a sign for ecstasy. And this leads to the next aspect of music, that every music piece has a sort of catharsis, which means there's tension and release. And we go through this process, and this cleans up things from our soul. Catharsis, the Greek word. And we, even in a small piece, there is a little catharsis. You see the development from the theme, then it comes to a little climax, and then comes to an end. If you see this development in a whole and sort of underline it and play it consciously, then you give the people catharsis. The basic musical form is the kleine Lied form, the form of a little song. It's A, B, A. A means a theme is being introduced. There's a little song like Hänschen klein ging allein in die weite Welt hinein. That's part A, which is repeated. Stock und Hut stehen ihm gut, ist gar wohl der Mut. A is repeated with a slight difference at the end. It means little Hans is going out into the world, and he has a baton and he has a hat, so he's fine going out in the world. Now comes the problem, the second part. Aber Mutter weinet sehr, hat ja gar kein Hänschen mehr. But his mother is crying because she doesn't have her hands anymore with her. And so she pulls him back with her energy, tries to hold him. And then comes the reprise, the repetition of da besinnt sich das Kind, kehrt nach Haus geschwind. So this child decides to go back home to the mother. So this A, B, A. The same principle is in the sonata form, which you have seen together with the Haslinger sonatine, which is a small sonata form. But it's just the A part has now two themes. The B part develops both themes. The whole material plays around with it, so creates something new. And then the A part is repeated. Yeah, that is a recognition of the A, and this goes together with the integration laughter. I've seen a nice example of in music therapy studies of a patient who was greeted by the therapist with hello, morning, and the patient was just answering hello, 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 and this was running out. Then little break, the patient had the idea to make e spontaneously. The therapist was improvising on that, so this was running out, and then the therapist made hello, morning again. And this was the moment where the child expressed a very fantastic laughter which comes from the heart, and it was integrating the new experience of E with the old experience hello morning. This is why I call it the laughter of integration. And it explains a big part of the functionality of laughing. We laugh if we have integrated something new into our old system. Yeah, what people like in music is redundance. So they like to hear the same themes all over and over again. So you listen to music in the radio 1,000 times, and then you just hear a little fragment of the melody and you recognize it. You integrate it again. And this is redundance. So if you select pieces in your repertoire which are well known, you get more success because people recognize the pieces. One of the most famous pieces, a real world hit, is Für Elise by Beethoven, For Elise. I can play it in street music everywhere, and it will be recognized very easily, and people will give more money for it. Or my little sonatine of Beethoven, Opus 49, number 2. I played it as a child when I was 13. So later I played it and put it on YouTube, but this is the piece which has the most clicks because people play it, they know it, everybody plays this piece, so they like to hear it from a professional. I think it has about 40,000 clicks now in 2018. Yeah, but also take program which is new so people can learn something new. But bring the right mix of these both. Redundance. A thought of the quality of the instrument piano is that it is a percussion instrument with melody function. So a hammer beats against a string. It is percussion, like you put the impulses. It is percussion. but the melody gives you the illusion of a singer. Even if you play legato, or you take the pedal to have the echo effect. This is nothing but illusion of a percussion instrument with melody function, the illusion of a singer, the illusion of an orchestra with violin who can make a continuous note. But it is just, the piano note is just hit and then it echoes down. Hit and the curve goes down if it's not interrupted before by the dampers. Yeah, another aspect is that the body presence of the pianist is being transmitted on the listener automatically through the sound, so that people feel how relaxed the artist is and they can relax themselves. So you make tension and release, you give them catharsis. And this is wonderful. I played in a psychosomatic hospital where many people had sleeping disorders, and after the concert the next morning they said to me, well, I could sleep much better after the concert, and I did not take any tablet or took the same tablets as normally, and I slept much better. So this is the relaxation effect. Music can be healing. And so, speaking about the holistic body feeling, this is what I'm trying to teach you with these three levels: horizontal, frontal, horizontal, and sagittal level. It is holistic movement. Although the pianist is sitting and using his legs rather little, there is dance, which is definitely using the full body, and singers use the full body, and most pop singers do dance on stage, so they have both. This is the maximum expression a man can have, to dance and sing at the same time. I've studied a lot of dance when I was working as a pianist at the ballet of this Teatro alla Scala in Milano, the famous opera house. It was real fun to see these people work there, work out their bodies, and systematically use any possible movement. That's a great art, the ballet. And it was the maximum to see Nureyev there, who just stepping on stage gets an extra applause because of his fantastic expressivity and his aura, his just showing his body. He's already hitting the people. Yeah, so dancing of any form, of course, is good and involves more parts of the body. Go to dance school, learn classical dance, Latin American dance, free dance, jazz dance, whatever. Go to the disco. Free movement is good for you to express, and it's healing. Music is an important health prophylaxis for all people. You see what happens when people go to choirs, choir singing. It's a very important movement in the people. It's therapy for every singer and for the conductor as well. And they go to meetings and listen to each other. Although it's not professional level, but it is wonderful to express. And there are dance groups, folkloristic dance groups. Go to any dance group and engage yourself. See the role of music schools. Everybody, little children go even to preschool music classes. Then they have the carousel of instruments. They can try out different instruments and find their instrument or their singing teacher. This is a very important function, and it's important to push those talented kids forward, give them scholarships. The talent research, talent recruiting is important in a country, so you can have some extraordinary musicians. Give them what they need to develop. There are also music competitions like L1W6D2, the youth is making music in Germany. Wonderful competition where people are, most of them, the winners are going to professional studies. But there are also fantastic amateur competitions. I've included you some links down here to amateur competitions. Whatever level you are, just participate. Go there, have fun with people. Even if you know you might just leave the competition after the first round, be there and meet people and have fun listening to the others and enjoy your amateur activity. I also want to mention music can have a very strong revitalizing power. I've done German subtitles under an American film called Alive Inside Us, which is a wonderful film where patients with dementia get music of their youth time on the headphones and they listen to it. Before they have said they're apathic, then they get alive in seconds, within seconds, and they sing and tap and move with the music. Even patients with severe dementia who are sort of only lying in bed and don't move at all, they begin moving their body, listening to music from their youth. So this is a very strong effect. Maybe if you know anybody in your family or friend circles who have dementia, then give them this tip and look the film and enjoy how they are revitalized with the music from their youth. Everybody gets his personal library. It's a wonderful effect of music. So music's come into our lives more and more, and it is a cosmic language, and it will do a lot of good to us. Go on practicing. Today we repeat the diminished arpeggios and chords, and you get a new piece in Bach and Mensch. So Pachelbel was a two-voice fugue, and Bach and Mensch is something, the same thing, a two-voiced little fugue, but it's Bach. Have fun with it.